In the case of Cayetano versus Leonidas, Adoracion Campos died, leaving her father, the petitioner, and her sisters, the private respondents, as the surviving heirs. As the only compulsory heir, the father adjudicated unto himself the ownership of Adoracion's entire estate. About 11 months later, one of the sisters filed a petition for the reprobate of Adoracion's will, which was allegedly executed in the United States. This was immediately opposed by the father, but he later moved to dismiss his own opposition. The RTC thus granted the petition and allowed Adoracion's will to probate. Thereafter, the father once again confirmed the withdrawal of his opposition, but he later filed a petition for relief, praying that the RTC order be set aside. But this petition was eventually dismissed. Meanwhile, the father died and left a will, appointing Polly as the executrix of his will, which was opposed by the children. Polly then moved to substitute herself as the petitioner in the instant case. The main issue in this case is, did the RTC judge commit grave abuse of discretion when it issued an order admitting Adoracion's will to probate, thereby divesting her father's right to his legitim? The court ruled in the negative. As a general rule, the probate court's authority is limited only to the intrinsic validity of the will. However, where practical considerations demand that the intrinsic validity of the will be passed upon even before it is probated, the court should meet the issue. Although it may seem that the will had preteritated the father, the private respondents have sufficiently established that Adoracion was an American citizen and was permanently residing in the U.S. at the time of her death. It is a settled rule as regards the intrinsic validity of the provisions of the will as provided by Article 16, Paragraph 2 and 1039 of the Civil Code. The national law of the decedent must apply. It is worthy to note that the laws of Pennsylvania do not provide for legitims and that the estate may be given away by the testatrix to a complete stranger.
Created using Powtoon.